what? Jesus. Rodney? You like to scare the mess out of me. Yeah, not going to get to go to Scotland this year because of the COVID. Yeah, I got to tell you, this is 2 years now, and I'm missing my family. I'm missing my friends over there. The home away from home that we've made over there. I'm missing it pretty bad. What's that? Yeah, some food from over there might help lift my spirits. What are you suggesting? Really? Some mushroom and beef stroganoff stuffed jacket potatoes? Son, I am in. Y'all stick around. I'll show you how. For this recipe, we're going to need some milk of your choosing, 2 cups of beef broth, 2 tablespoons of margarine, earth balanced butter, whatever you choose to use, a packet of pre-sliced mushrooms, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, a tablespoon of minced garlic, half a minced onion, 5 or 6 sprigs of thyme, some Bad Byron's butt rub, some Worcestershire sauce, some nutmeg, some arrowroot flour, about a pound of flank steak that has been seared and sliced as thinly as you can, and an economy-sized bottle of pain reliever. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Eating Good in the Woods, the channel that shows you just 'cause you're camping doesn't mean you gotta eat like a hobo. Yeah, like I was telling Rodney, the COVID thing is getting us down, as it's getting all of us down. But I've just recently come to understand probably not going to get to do my yearly trip to Scotland this year, and it's kind of got me down just a little bit more. And I thought I could do one of 2 things. I can either wallow in my own self-pity, or I could throw on my Dress McLean Aduart kilt and get after some Scottish grub. Now, we're not exactly making Scottish food. What we're making is called jacket potatoes. And while that's not exclusively Scottish, it is a UK thing. It's a big takeaway thing. It's absolute easy comfort food, and it's delicious. Jacket potato just refers to a potato, if you haven't figured it out. It's just a potato with the skin on. And then you go to a restaurant that does a takeaway that does jacket potatoes, and they'll have 5 or 6, 7 different things that they stuff it with. But today, we're doing mushroom beef stroganoff jacket potatoes. Now, in the UK, Scotland, you can get a jacket potato with vegetarian mushroom stroganoff, or you can get beef stroganoff. And I thought, why have I got to choose? So we're making them both. So, let's get after it. First things first, we're going to take some... Oh, wait a minute. Before we go any further, why don't you do old Mr. Eating Good in the Woods a big favor? And if you hadn't already, mash that subscribe button, check off the bell icon, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. Y'all know the drill. Anyway, first things first, we're going to take some butter or margarine or whatever it is you care to use. We're going to heat it up over a medium heat. Now, I'm using the pan that I seared the steak in, so we'll get some of that steak fat in there too. That's gonna be good. To that melted butter, we're gonna add our onion. We'll saute that up. We'll go ahead and throw in our 4 or 5 sprigs of thyme. Once the onions start to get just a little translucent, we're going to add in our mushrooms. This, y'all, is a dead simple sauce. You can make this days before you go camping and just reheat it at the site. Wonderful. Y'all gonna love this. Let's get those till they just start to get soft. To that, we're also going to add about half a tablespoon of, you guessed it, Bad Byron's butt rub. So once your mushrooms start to look like this, it'll be time to add in your garlic, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, about a teaspoon of nutmeg, and your 2 cups of beef broth, less about 1/4 cup because I've used that to dissolve the arrowroot flour in. I'm going to let that get up to a nice simmer, and we're going to let that simmer for a little bit. By the way, that's like 2 tablespoons of arrowroot flour. Going to let that get back up to heat and thicken, then we'll move on to the finishing touches. Once it's gotten thick, you're going to want to add your 1/2 cup of sour cream. Whisk that around and bring it back up to a little simmer. And the reason I said put some milk aside is that just in case that sauce is a little too thick for your liking, you can add some milk and thin it out a bit. Don't know that we'll need it. Once this gets back to a good simmering temperature, we're going to add our beef back in. Now, because we've already cooked the beef to some degree, we don't want to put it in too soon because then you're going to get rubbery, leather-like beef, and who wants that? Pro tip, keep scraping that bottom. A lot of flavor gets caramelized on the bottom of the pan, and you wind up throwing it away. So once we get to about this point, and this is your desired thickness, and that's the desired color, we're going to add back in the beef. Now the idea here is to just heat the beef enough to get it warmed up. You don't want to cook it any much more than what it already is, because ideally this is going to the campsite and you're going to reheat it there as well. So you don't want to overcook the beef. So I want you to look. This is D-U-N, done. Look at that, just the right thickness. Oh, look at that beef, goodness gracious. This year's going to be hardly fit deep. I guarantee you one thing, I'm going to keep going until I find a good spot. Anyway, I'm going to put it in a bowl with some of this nice stroganoff on top, the beef and the mushrooms, and then maybe a little butter on it, if your choice. And then around the side of it, I'm going to steam some broccoli, and it'll be a nice one bowl meal that you can enjoy at your campsite. All right then, so I want you to look here. I have set some aside to cool just a little bit. We're going to give a little taste. I got some mushroom, I got some onion, I got some gravy, and a piece of that beef. Let's give it a taste. Pour that on some potatoes, put a little steamed broccoli on the side. You'll have you a camping meal that's hardly fit deep. I'll tell you what, everyone else gonna keep going until they find a good spot. Was it? Oh, by the way, the Nessa cup. Hey, Mike and Deb, you got it. That's right. Nessa is from a show called Gavin and Stacey from the UK. If you've never seen it, it's me and Mrs. Eating Good in the Woods' favorite show. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, go out there and be nice to each other. I love you. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.